What's going on, Earth signs? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another daily love reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. Also guys, please remember the readings may not resonate with everybody, okay, and that's totally cool. Alright, now let's go ahead and see what's going on with your love lives. Okay. Okay. You know what? I love you, Paul. Okay, love him to death because he is his authentic self. His authentic selves. Okay, love him. All right, guys. Also, I want to say thank you guys for all the comments that you guys have been leaving me. It's been super sweet. I love you guys so much for all the, the support that you guys have given me and the fight, y'all. You've been putting putting yourself out there, and yeah, it's been super difficult. And I'm definitely not one to just think my life is absolutely freaking fantastic. It's not. It's been one hell of a fucking journey, y'all. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But you know what? It's all about the survival, right? You just make it, We're doing the best that we can with what we know. With that said, we're about to get some information about our love life so we can see what we can do to make it work, right? So let's see what's up. Alright. Earth signs. Okay. Ten of Wands. Understandable, right? Just talking about that. Surviving, pushing through, going through some difficult stuff. Yeah, everybody's going through some tough times. You know what, Earth signs? I wouldn't be surprised if this was you, but this person here, right? Because we gotta read this as individuals here. This person's going through some really difficult stuff, and they're carrying a burden, and it's so much weight on their backs. All right, and it's a burden, man. But the good thing is at the end of the cycle. They're at the end of the cycle now. It's all up to them whether when they're ready to drop the burden. It's hard to do, I know, especially when you've gone through so much with this. But the thing here is, it's like they have to recognize what they have going on as a burden, so that way they can begin something new, so they can start something fresh. Now here with this other person here, they have the Ace of Swords, so they have clarity in their situation. They feel very clear in regards to what their truth is, what they want. New ways of communicating rather, is here. And it's vibrant with this individual, and it's just a new slate with this individual. New ways of thinking, new ways of communicating, new ideas, but they have clarity in their situation, which makes them feel very victorious. Now, excuse me, the relationship is showing us the Seven of Wands, though. There's a lot of defense with this relationship, or there's a lot of defensive energy within the relationship right now. Like everybody's kind of trying to defend themselves right now, just defending themselves, trying to stay afloat. The good thing is that the relationship isn't in a platform or in a place where there is an advantage, so that's great. But there's still a bit of defensive energy. So let's go ahead and take a look at the energies. Oh wow, the Eight of Cups, y'all. All right, but there's so many other cards that come up with this. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So I want to try and see. Yeah, see all those cards that come up? Let me just go ahead and shuffle again. But it talks about being emotionally done, though. The situation where you're emotionally done, you're just tired of having it. You're just done. But it's not like you're just pissed off or sad or depressed or anything. You are, excuse me. You are just ready to just, try and find what truly makes you happy. Wow. The Five of Swords, okay, for the Ten of Wands. So this person over here has some serious burdens they're going through some serious burdens. Internally, they may feel like they have lost something, or they are going through going through some change that may be super uncomfortable. The Ten of Swords, excuse me, Five of Swords is pretty brutal energy. Especially when it comes to arguments and communication, because when the swords come up, it does talk about words and communication, and it can mean that sometimes people may try their hardest to win an argument, and that could make them, it can cause some feelings to be arise and things like that. This is situations that could come up where they feel like what they've done really probably wasn't worth the effort that they put into making that situation a success. But all in all, this is somewhat of a success, but it may not feel very good. For some people, this could be that somebody may have lost something, or somebody may have felt like they lost something. But I feel like with this Ten of Wands, there may have been just a lot of maintaining and trying their best to get to a certain goal, to get to a certain end game. That's why the Seven of Wands there. There could be just really trying to get to some sort of end game. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at the end. Wow. Wow. That's the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups. But there's too many cards behind there, so I'm going to try again. Why is the Ace of Swords coming up for the person here? Well, what's the internal energy for this person with the Ace of Cups? Wow, 2 cards keep coming out, so we're just going to keep these. Justice and the Eight of Swords. What is going on with my voice? I'm sorry, y'all. So you have Justice and the Eight of Swords coming up. Interesting. The Eight of Swords talks about feeling trapped, right? So it's not, you're not really able to see things very clearly. And it's usually because the thoughts are surrounding you. You know, you feel like your thoughts are just kind of keeping you from being able to make certain, certain actions, taking certain action. And the Justice card is coming up with this. It's talking about, rights, righting the wrongs, or balancing the scales, karmic scales especially. This is also talking about contracts or something in regards to the legal system or something. Now, with this individual, it could be that they can't see past a certain situation that hasn't been settled yet. Or they feel like, it's interesting, they have clarity. The Ace of Swords is clarity, and the Eight of Swords is literally the exact opposite. You don't have any clarity when the Eight of Swords comes up. But it's so interesting that the Eight of Swords and Justice is coming up. In a way, Justice is another kind of card that talks about, gaining balance. So I feel like maybe this person internally doesn't feel like they're able to make the necessary moves because they haven't gotten what they needed yet, and that's the clarity for them. They need an apology or some things to be sorted out. They need a balance in their life. Let's take a look at the relationship, the internal energy for this relationship. Excuse me. Wow. So the Six of Swords is what's coming up here. This relationship is going through a transition. There could be distance between you and this individual, but most importantly, this relationship is going through a serious transition here. Not a very comfortable one. The Six of Swords is actually usually used to be seen as something mournful, because you're leaving behind something that you're very familiar with, perhaps doesn't really work for you anymore, so you're trying to get to a place where it's more prosperous. But the Six of Swords, talks about traveling or internal search. So this could indicate that there is internal journeys between each of these individuals, because this is this is individual. They're stating their defense, where the line is. I feel like this relationship has a lot of boundary situations coming up for some of you guys. Okay. Oh wow, the Seven of Swords. With this person with the Ten of Wands. This is their external energy. So they may be, wow. That's interesting. They may feel like there is an empty victory in regards to the completion of a cycle that they're going through. So now they may feel like they're just ready to just, go. Because this is kind of like the sneaking away kind of card. This is kind of doing something underhanded, and this could be a dishonesty in some ways, not just with the individual but with themselves. But I feel like this person may be trying to do something that I don't want to say completely underhanded, but they may not be honest about something. They may be trying to do anything and everything they can to get to a certain outcome, so they're putting themselves at risk potentially, and that could be the burden itself, putting themselves at risk. All right. But this person could also be, doing something that may not necessarily be beneficial for anybody, not even themselves. All right, now for this person here, in their external energy, they have the Knight of Cups. Let's talk about romance. That's the ideal lover. That's also feeling that somebody may be saying one thing and saying the next. So this is external energy. This may not be them. This person we're here with the Ace of Swords may not be them. This person is usually someone that's flip-floppy with their emotions. They say one thing the next minute and they don't really follow through. You know, they're just inconsistent with their emotions. And they could feel like they're kind of, it can make sense where they have clarity in their, you know, where they have the Ace of Swords coming out. Perhaps they're trying to figure, maybe they're aware of themselves feeling trapped because they're not certain of what their emotions are, what this person's trying to say. They're not, something's not being agreed upon with this Judgment card energy. It could be that this person here is maybe a friend or something like that, or someone that wants more from them and they know them. But the Knight of Swords is someone that is may not be consistent with their emotions, and it can be confusing. So maybe there's just now there's awareness of why the person may feel trapped, and it's because there is no resolution of some sort. There's no karmic balance, perhaps. Wow. And the World is coming up for the relationship in the external energy, which talks about wrapping up a cycle. They're traveling towards the World. They're traveling towards the end. Okay? And honestly, with these two cards coming together, this could talk about international travels. But I do get the sense that this has been a defensive relationship. Everybody's been trying to kind of dealing with their own stuff. So maybe the situation is that everybody here is actually not dealing with each other, that they're all dealing with their own situation. This person may be retreating from a victory or from a defeat, or maybe something they feel was a loss. Okay, maybe that's what's going on with them, and this situation potentially has nothing to do with this, where they're clear but they're still confused about what's going on, what their ideal lover is, what love is in regards to what the relationship is, or what what their ideal lover is, and they're trying to gain some sort of karmic balance with that, or they're trying to level out some sort of karmic situation regarding something with love, and regarding consistency and reciprocating love, and being shown love, is something like that, because this is about boundaries. This is about what someone stands for and being defensive in regards to it. But there is a lot of internal travel. There's a lot of internal, movements, adjustments, transition. And it's going, and it's in the external energy. It's talking about the world. So it's whatever this transition is, whatever you got, this person, you guys are defending individually, is coming to an ending, and a good ending. It's something that's going to pay off. But right now it may not feel like the wrap up, but it also could talk about unfinished business, because this is the 6 and this is a 7. The only 10 I see in this whole reading is this one. It could be that there's somebody that's traveling to unfinished business, because justice is coming up. Something needs to be squared away, and I'm going way over the line. I'm going way over time, so I'm gonna let you guys go finally. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Oh, actually, I'll see you guys Monday. All right, guys, love you. Bye now.